Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Simply Spooky. Yes, Simply Spooky. That's the channel we're going through this evening. I hope everybody out there is very good and everybody's happy. And it's been a long time no see. It must be, 18 hours, I would imagine, since we were last on. And this evening, we've got with us two special guests, two amazing people, very, very nice people, absolutely lovely. And they've honoured us this evening by saying that they come on, and we do appreciate it. So it is Ben and Lou Winfield. So hi, Ben. Hi, Lou. How are you two?
Hi.
How we doing?
Excellent. I see you're trying to wrangle a couple of dogs. I saw the other one. It's very cute.
Yeah, this is the other one.
Oh, there he is. Oh, look. Sorry, everybody. I'm not with dogs, so I can't, that's it. I'm off. But hi, Paul. I hope you're doing well. Hello, Sarah. Hope you're doing well. Hope the world's treating you right, as it should be. And, this evening we've got these two. They're demonologists, and they're very, very knowledgeable. Very, very nice people. We're always happy to impart their knowledge. And as I say, it's a pleasure to have them on. You guys are doing all right, yes?
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. So, would you like to furnish us, please, Ben, with a little bit of information regarding your background, who you are, that type of thing? If you don't mind.
Sorry, my brain's fried. It's when you're used to doing the interviews, then you have to talk about yourself. It confuses the hell out of you. I am a professor in cultology studies. I also do demonology as well. Me and my wife, by the side of me, who I wish actually was by the side of me, but we go around obviously helping people with cases and stuff like that. And we are currently running a course and nights out of Stoke-on-Trent's Haunted Museum. Mm-hmm. That about sums up me.
Excellent. What's that like, Stoke? Somebody said to me the other day, can you try and get Stoke-on-Trent Museum for an investigation? What's it like there? We've never been to that one, and we were thinking of booking it.
It's worth it.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Excellent. That's right. I'll put that one on the list then before I mark that one down. So what have you been up to? Can you talk about any of your cases that you've done recently or that you're working on at the moment, or is it all hush, you're not allowed to... to close?
We've sort of taken a break, haven't
we? Yeah, not really got many. Well, not that you've told me of. Anyway, many cases going on at the moment. Kind of just, it's gone quiet on the case side, but we're busy. I think people know that we're busy trying to do other stuff at the moment as well.
Yeah. Good. Now, I know, Ben, that you've had a foray into the TV world, haven't you, recently?
Yeah.
Can you tell us anything about that?
Yeah, so for the past, 3 seasons now?
Hang on. You've been on 2 normal, have you?
Yeah, 2 normal.
And 1 celebrity so far.
Yeah, so for the past 3 seasons we've been on Help My House is Haunted as advisors and background researchers as well. My Ugly Mug's been on 3 episodes. So yeah.
I was taken aback. I was watching it a few weeks ago. I thought, hang on, there's Ben. Hello. Where did you come from?
What's he doing there?
Quite a lot of people that have done that recently. When the first episode went live on normal TV, my phone was going off like nuts. People going, "Why are you on TV? Why am I seeing you on TV?"
It's that very well people come up to you, don't they? Because obviously he goes up and down the country for work, for his day job, and he gets random people that recognise and say, "Where do I know you from?"
Yeah.
Oh, really? Do you have that a lot, do you?
It drives you nuts a little bit, especially when you come to the house and you're doing repairs on the roof, and then all of a sudden they go, "I know you from somewhere."
I have that, but it's normally that I owe money, so I have to be careful where I go. But it's great. I got a shock. I was like, hang on, what's Ben's on there? Not that you shouldn't be, but it's like I was surprised, when you see somebody you know.
It's a nice surprise, though, isn't it, Dan?
It's a nice surprise.
It's like, I know him.
I know him. Yeah, it's Ben. Yeah, no, it was a nice surprise. So, demonology. It's pretty scarce, isn't it, to come across a demon officer, but led to believe. It's not like the Americans think, is it? I'm sorry, Eric, But it's not like the Americans think, is it, where there's demons on every corner and they're hanging around your house and there's 50 of them.
Well, they think ghost hunting is demonology, don't they? If they go ghost hunting, then they're a demon.
They seem to, don't they? They seem to, a lot of it. I mean, everything's a demon out there, according, well, I cast aspersions upon the Americans, but they do tend to think that everything's demonic as far as I can make out.
I'll quite happily say it. Zach Bagans is the prime candidate for going, there's a demon behind every frigging door.
Do you know what? I'll up you one on that. I think the guy's a complete prick, to be honest with you. I just don't like him at all. I really don't like him at all. But yeah, he is. He's the worst one, isn't he? And I think the thing is that he wants to orchestrate that image, doesn't he? Because I think it obviously it gives him some sort of kudos, or that's what he does.
Demon cells.
Yeah,
exactly.
I still want to go to his museum because, like, as much as I love Craig,
he's got some cool stuff there, though.
Craig's museum, Stoke-on-Trent, is excellent. You know, you're not going to get anything like it. Out of curiosity, I do want to go over to Zach's.
It does look cool, that museum.
Yeah,
it does look cool. It does look cool.
It's an excuse to go to Vegas.
Slot machines. So, have you dealt with any particular demons that? Well, I suppose they're all notorious, aren't they? But any particularly well-known ones that have come up in your cases?
Not so much, really. Because I've had a few before. I've had a recent one with someone, bless him, he was assured by people that Asmodeus was possessing him. But with the recent uprising in the film The Pope's Exorcist, it was okay, do you really believe this? And he was like, yeah. I went, okay, I'm going to talk you down, and I'll explain some stuff. And he was like, by the end of it, he was like, oh, okay, it might not be. And I was like, yes, it might not be.
What was it? Was it just him?
Do you think it's people's minds? Like, they see something and it sits in their subconscious, and then all of a sudden they'll bring it forward.
He had a little bit of activity in his house, yes, I'll give him that. But when I explained that Asmodeus, according to like cultology history and demonology history, is one of the most powerful entities going and resides in the Middle East, he kind of realised that it's not going to be in his house in Warwickshire.
Yeah, it always amazes me when people turn around and say, I've got demonic activity in the house. Is what happened really? That cup moved. It's, well, hang on. I'm sure demons are more powerful beings than just come over here and move a cup to annoy you. Yeah. You know.
I would rather be in a house full of demons than be in the house with the puppies when they're running around mad.
They're fine.
They are nuts.
They're very cute though. They're sweet though. They really are.
Yeah.
They are the demons
of final burnout, hopefully, before we came on. So ideally, they're going to be quiet.
They are the demons of putting holes in socks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So on a ratio, do you have many people come to you thinking that they're either possessed or they've got demonic activity going on around their homes, or are they happy to, you know, is it a spirit or what have you?
Not so much. We tend to just get people asking more questions than anything, don't we, really?
Yeah. It's not so much like, you know, oh, we've got something here. It's more like, so what's this and what's this and what's this and what's this, and going into all like the theory of everything and like the occult history and whatnot. They're wanting to learn from Ben, and if they've seen Exploring with Josh and Exploring with Fighters, they'll see him with his and they want to know what that is.
Yeah, that does happen a lot.
Do you think, in your experience, Lou, and you've been in it for a while now, is there any point, like, not just demons, let's talk about hauntings and the more nastier stuff that goes on, whether it's really happening, or in people's minds? Is there more in the north of the country than down south? Is it about even? Is there more going on Midlands? Have you noticed a trend?
I don't go down south.
Okay.
That's why
Half
you're
she
there on
can
your
help
own.
it. Yeah. Send Ben.
I've been down south once, and that was when we went to visit Damon. I don't really venture that far down. But yeah, from like living in York and living in Derby, I'd say York's got the higher reputation, like it has for Vikings and everything else. But then you come to Derby, and when you live here, it all comes out more. So it's not so much like in your face, but it's there. So I think there's kind of even really between them. So I can only presume that down south, because obviously you hear about certain places having certain hauntings and certain things going off, that it's just going to be like well spread for wherever people have lived. You're going to find things really. So.
I asked that question purely because Ben mentioned the Middle East. There's a lot of people from the Middle East that tend to favour down south, and you don't see so many up north, which is why it prompted that question, really.
Yeah.
So
It's too bloody cold.
it's a bit warmer down south.
Yeah.
Well, so all your Middle Eastern gins and everything, they're all in Brighton.
Yeah.
I said, what's that road in London where all the Middle East got all their restaurants and shops? Can you remember, Dan?
Oh,
Commercial. It's not Commercial Road. That's Harrods Road, isn't it?
it's every road, isn't it? Now I think it's every road, isn't it? The whole of London, I think now, full of gins around there. I should imagine. But yeah.
Just to add on to that, I think it's more accepted in the Midlands and the North, like paranormal stuff. I think it's more accepted. We're a bit more laid back. Not saying people down south aren't, but we tend to be like a lot of us. If we see paranormal activity, even like with me, not about me grandma, she'll just look at it and go, meh, and just carry on.
And they're rushing around in London. It's all a bit too like a faster pace, so they haven't got time to look at it, maybe.
Yeah.
Or don't notice it.
I think you're right. I think people look at it from a perspective, they get terrified of it, don't they? Where it's just it's a normal part of life, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you just got to accept it, and well, that's what it is. That's what happens. That's why, Eureka. That's the way, that's the way the cookie crumbles, as it were. And
yeah, pretty much.
It's fine. But yeah, it's an odd one, isn't it? But we've got
people in the best, and I've got to say this, and they said the best people tonight. So we have.
But we had I'm not going to go into too much. We had a fellow come to us, didn't we, Viv? And we couldn't deal with him because he was, I think was he a Middle Eastern chap? The jinn?
He was, yeah. He was talking about jinn. We
were like, yeah, no, sorry.
Man in a hospital bed that's dying.
Well, very bad,
we know him well.
Oh, do you?
He's been around everybody. He even tried the TV shows.
Yeah, he even tried applying for Help My House is Haunted. To any guys that do watch this on like other paranormal teams, I can't remember for love nor money his name, but I know it begins with F. He will tell you that he's a famous Indian actor and that he's had a curse on him, and the doctors have told him to pray and all that lot. Do not get involved with him. He is literally just a complete and utter scam artist. Just ignore him.
His name is Farmid Chowdhury.
Yeah, that's the guy. Just honestly, guys, everyone, just steer clear of him. The TV shows, steer clear of him. He is well known within like the paranormal field.
That's turn up for the books, because we said, no, we can't deal with that, because we didn't really know, and we just like, no. The way he was describing it, we thought, you know what, we're the best one in the world. We're not buggering about with gins.
To show you how bad this is, to show you how bad it is, I bet he mentioned a blood oath or family blood oath or family.
Yes, he did.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah. He got that information off me. Because like an idiot, I fell for it and gathered him all the information I could on it, and he's been using it, going round and getting more.
Didn't he say his brother died or something from it. He had a
Yes.
brother that died.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
He was the big
He
famous
was-
actor, handsome, and then he's in the hospital.
Yeah.
He's got boils and pustules and all sorts of
Yeah.
problems. Yeah. That's
and
the
he's
guy.
dying. Yeah.
His story increases more with every bit of information he gets off people. But yeah, to put it bluntly, he's generally speaking out of his arse.
What's his end game then? Is it a mental problem, or is it that he's looking to get some sort of notoriety or money or
Fame and fortune.
Yeah. That sounds a lot like a lot of paranormal investigators that we've come across as well. I hate to say it, but it's true.
Yeah, there's a lot of good people out there. There is an awful lot of good people out there, but there's some stinkers out there as well, unfortunately. You know,
You'll never get famous. You should never aim for fame and fortune in this.
You're doing the wrong thing, aren't you? You do that,
Exactly.
you're doing the wrong thing.
I got thrown under the bus. That's how I ended up on TV.
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can you talk about that or not?
We got asked, didn't we? A friend of ours, Andy, works with Jane Harris, and we know Jane Harris as well.
Yeah, I've been on a few HD events with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The case came that they were dealing with the one in was it Pontefract?
No,
Yeah.
no, Cannock. It was the one at Cannock.
Oh, yeah, well,
Um,
kind of way.
Began with P.
Yeah, I think
Pontefract?
it's Pontefract.
No, Pontefract is a completely different place.
Probably. My geography's terrible.
Wasn't it like
Yeah.
Petrich or something?
Something like that, yeah.
There is a Patrick one, yeah.
Yeah, and Jane and Andy Moore, one of our really good friends, both turned around and went, "Oh, we know Ben and Luke. Let's get them on the TV. Let's get them to explain stuff."
So they set you up basically, and yeah,
Pretty much. We got
you
thrown.
love
under the
friends
bus.
like that, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I've signed you up for this.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, then they
but
kept asking you back.
worked out. It's worked out
Yeah.
well, though, isn't it? It's worked out good, isn't it? It's worked out.
It has, yeah. It has worked out well. It's an experience which I'm grateful for, and I've been.
Fun.
I have to admit, I don't know for Lou, but we've both been really humbled. I know Lou's new to all this. It's quite fun. It's quite exciting to see her get all excited about stuff.
Yeah, just like going along, like, you know, when the film, it's like, oh, this is what we're filming. Oh, look at it. Look round.
I'd be the same. I'd be the same, Lou.
And then take your photos in the background.
It was till the last season we filmed, and they turned around to you and my stepdaughter.
Yeah, one of the new productions, because they have quite a turnaround with crew on Help My House Haunted, and so they got a couple of like newer ones there that we'd not seen before, and so I was just kind of stood to the side with them while Ben was getting all set up ready for filming and whatnot. Yeah, she turned around and said to me and my daughter, "Oh, are you two just here for the ride?" It's like, excuse me?
That's lovely.
Yes.
That's charming.
I was like, no, I'm his partner. Also, that file of research there, that's from me. Because you guys got it wrong the first time. You got a different location. Just like,
It was funny. I only watched it from afar, but it was funny to watch.
and my daughter, she's 13. She was just giving them evil stares after that.
I don't blame her. Good.
Joe, you were right. They seem to have, not just them, but there seems to be a lot of these TV programs that have massive turnaround on staff. Now, I don't know if that's like personal issues or whether it's...
No, a lot of it's scholarships and, well, not scholarships, but...
like interns and whatnot.
Oh, right. So there's
down in Brighton from that way, I think, based. And so they all get hired from there and do like a season or two.
So when they go to universities and colleges and stuff and just recruit people that are on courses and that, do they? And then just throw them in amongst the mix?
Pretty much.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's a nice opportunity. It is a nice opportunity for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've said to people, haven't we, over the year, like, you know, if you think you're going to get fame and fortune for this now, you might as well pack your bags and forget it and go home, because it ain't going to happen. You know, it's very, very rare that happens, and you've got to be in it for the right reasons first of all. You know, because the thing is, the people that are not in it for the right reasons, if they do get through the grate and they do end up on TV or what have you, you can notice that they're out of their depth very quickly.
Yeah.
You know, but we've seen it over the years, Viv, haven't we?
Yeah.
And they're, you know, But yeah, but no, it's
I've
great.
got a demonologist question.
Oh, go on.
Okay.
Go on, Lou's ready.
No.
Yeah, Lou.
Setting you up, Lou.
Yes,
No.
Lou. You
I'm not
actually might be the
qualified.
best person to ask this question, actually.
I've only got an
So-
online diploma.
It's all right.
That you know things. So on the market and places like Amazon and things like that, there are so many books. Okay, I have an old one here, Witchcraft and Demonology.
Book that.
But there are so many books and lots of new ones that have come out recently that name all the demons. There is somebody quite well known in, let's say, over the pond, and she has written a book naming all these demons, all of this stuff, incantations, summoning rituals, and how to make even your own incense. Might be good, but what is your view on the market being flooded with, and it's conflicting as well? You get somebody saying one thing, somebody else saying another. What are your views on all these so-called demonology books? Should we be reading them if we want to know something, or not?
Look at him smiling. Stop it.
Ben, look the other way, will you?
I think it's good that there are so many people now getting into it, so many people are interested with it, and there are some really good books that have been put together. As for like the naming of the demons, so if you go back, can I just block Ben out or just hide Ben as my screen?
If you must feed for a minute.
No, it's all right. But yeah, if you look back to like Lesser Key of Solomon and those books, they do name them there. And through like many of Ben's books that Ben can tell you about, they'll tell you all different names of spirits and demons and things like that. Yeah, would be like everything. There's always going to be like conflicting advice. You look at any topic, even like such things as like gardening or cooking, you're always going to get conflicting things.
Yeah.
So that's never going to go away. It's just going to be a case of do your research. If it seems stupid to you, it's going to be stupid.
Yeah, good advice.
But yeah, other things like, making incense, no harm in that. Doing incantations, why not? As long as, you're aware of what you're doing and you know what you're trying to, have the outcome to be. As long as you're stop, can't help but look at him. As long as you're not trying to,
he's looking at you lovingly.
I'm having a proud moment here. I'm allowed to have a proud moment.
Yeah. That's good advice. That is good advice. And for everyone in the chat, listen to that. What's just been said, because that's absolutely fantastic. And we need more people like you to
ring Ben.
Yeah, ring Ben.
I'll give you one hint with them books. They all say how to summon a demon. No matter what book it is, they all tell you how to summon it. They all use the same bloody language. Latin does not, and I apologise now because I'm going to swear, Latin does not fucking work. No one wants to speak it. No one enjoys speaking it. No one enjoys bloody studying it. Trust me, I spent 2 years studying the frigging stuff.
When's
you're going to be a doctor.
So if you're going to do it, learn Aramaic.
Sumerian, Aramaic, but the problem is they're all dead languages. So good luck.
Yeah.
I think isn't Aramaic making a comeback though? I think some places
Babylonian's making a comeback. However, you still have to walk Babylonian through Aramaic, and then Aramaic into Sumerian, and then Sumerian into the other language. And beyond Sumerian, the other language is ridiculously hard to find.
I think the problem with Aramaic and Latin, I think the problem is that the mispronunciations are so easy. Yep. So people could be saying it one way, but they're not saying it because it is a dead language and it's not used now. And people are saying things, and you can throw a whole incantation into something completely different by the way you say something or slip. I would imagine,
There are a few other things as well that are purposely left out of books.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can only find them through certain routes. And I will say
Yes.
this because some of the books that you need are in places like Cambridge Library, Oxford Library.
Just down the road from me.
And obviously, I keep saying it, but the Vatican Library as well. I'm not on about the secret library. I'm on about the normal library. But again, you can only get access in there if you're certain qualifications, so we say. So yeah, it's not any of these books are fine. If you read the incantations out of them, they're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, guys.
We always suggest one book, which is Demonology, Demons and Demonologies by Rosemary Douglas. No, I'm thinking of someone else.
Rosemary Ellen something or other. We always forget because she's got a double barrel name.
Yeah.
But you guys remember Rosemary.
Yeah, 20 quid off Amazon. Brilliant book to start with.
There you go, Viv. There you go, Viv. You'll be out buying it now.
Well, no, because I've got this book. It's taken me about 10 years to even just look at a few pages because we were just discussing incubus and succubus, and we've decided it's made up from people that like to masturbate or do things at home, and they're so ashamed by it that they make these things up to make out it's a demon doing it and not them.
Not really. No, because I covered this in one of my studies actually, and most succubus and incubus cases are mainly dealt with people of young age. Now, really quick scientific science lesson. When we mainly males, when you're young, you have what's known as wet dreams.
Yeah.
They can also come along with hallucinations or very vivid dreams. This is what gave rise to a lot of incubus and succubus cases.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right, I've got a quick question for you guys.
There's one in the chat.
From Cliff Jones. What are your thoughts on Aleister Crowley's books? Oh, there you go.
Hang on, you'd put it up.
Go on, Viv.
It's not working.
There you go.
Right. I don't know how politically correct to be when I answer this question.
You be as impolitically correct as you want. We don't
care.
Yeah,
do what you want.
Right, the guy was a dick. Flat out was a dick. An absolute grade A, 100% politician dick.
Yeah.
Every bit of knowledge he obtained was stolen from all cultology books, from all different, say, sects and orders and people that spend their decades studying cultology rituals. He stole them, warped them into this weird ass stuff that he was doing, and yeah, that's about it.
Did he use drugs to I don't know what kind of drugs, but I heard a rumor that when he had his gathering of people that he would feed them drugs just to gain sexual power over them and orchestrate mass orgies. So it's basically
a lot of them do that.
sex, brainwashing, and all that
Yeah,
sort of
he invented pretty much most of the basis for what's known as sex magic. Him and Gardner, which says it all, were both so deprived in their understanding of everything. It was unreal.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realise that only those that have actually studied Aleister Crowley's life. There's an order called the Golden Dawn. Now, you can buy the Golden Dawn's book. It's a brilliant teaching book. Brilliant. But Aleister Crowley was kicked out of that order for stealing stuff. The guy was kicked out of Italy, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
But any of his teachings are just pathetic. That's all I'll say. If you really want to understand stuff, look at people like John Dee, Henry. Oh, I can't remember his last name, but the 3
Agrippa.
books of. Say again?
Agrippa.
Good girl. See, this is why I have my wife. She is my brains. Yeah, the 3 books of cultology, and they're the best places to go for it. Just avoid Aleister Crowley stuff like mad, because you will find out if you start studying them, things will start going wrong.
Is he like the rantings of a madman? I always say the Aleister Crowley books. Sometimes some of them just.
He was very
No,
self-promotional, wasn't he?
Yeah, the rantings
You
of a
know-
madman would make sense.
Yeah, that's how I
I think
view them.
he gave himself, didn't he, the name of the world's most evil man? I think he coined that himself, I think.
The world's most wicked man he coined, and everyone was just
that was
like,
it.
yeah, everyone was just like, no, you're a dick.
That was, but didn't he travel to the Middle East? Didn't he steal it or take in magical texts and trying to integrate them into different texts and crisscross different magical orders and things? And he ended up. I think it's just. And as for Gardner, I mean, he was. I think it says it all, doesn't it? He lived on Bricket Wood, not far from me, where he lived. And the thing with him is he lived right next to a nudist camp.
Yeah.
So I think that'll give you some indication as to what he was about. And a lot of it was sexual magic, wasn't it, that they were involved with?
Put it this way, the weirdest thing happened when he came about. Cultology orders, or religion, I can't think of the best word for it. Old guys that look after books and texts.
Yeah.
All have different groups. Gardner was successful in Crowley was successful in only one major thing. He managed to get all of the old orders and that lot all talking again. That was the only good thing that he achieved. Everyone developed this mutual hatred for the man.
Mm.
And not because he was outlandish or outlaw. He was just generally a dick.
That's true. Everybody fell out with him, didn't they? Nobody really liked him at all.
Yeah.
Cliff just says, I know he was a drug fool. I read about him to find out about the books he stole. He went to Cairo in 1904.
Yeah. He went to Cairo in 1904 and was, well, as far as I'm aware, because these guys do not give up at all, he is still a wanted man, even being dead. They would still quite happily accept his body.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, we should dig him up. Isn't his grave in Highgate? Was it Highgate Cemetery? Was he placed there? I might have got it wrong.
Yeah, there's a group in Egypt that quite happily dig him up, bring his bones back, and cast them. Well, as they said, cast them into the desert so that only the sands may claim his soul.
Yeah.
I think that'll give you some indication of what it was like then.
Yeah.
Dan, look, you need to interrupt this show because we have an important.
Oh yeah, Chantel, you're so sexy. I think you're beautiful. One day, if you carry on, you'll be as sexy as me. There you go. That's the only offering I've got for you tonight, Chantel. I'm so sorry.
We do this every week for her. She loves it. It's interesting, though, isn't it? How these, and you notice it's men, not so much the women that run these. I'm going to call it a cult. I'm going to call it for what it is, and introduce sex, and do you know what? Coming from the man.
I've called it out before, and I'm going to call it out again. And I said to you before, Viv, time and time again, every time you see a man in the paranormal, you have to be very careful because they're generally around it because there's mainly lots of women involved. And so I'm not saying they are any definitively any particular man is. You have to be very careful because I've noticed that a lot of men have been that way inclined.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
really unlucky, really, really unlucky. They end up marrying you.
It's orgy free for all. Orgy free for all.
Yeah, believe it or not, some of the old occults, in a sense, don't actually have men in charge. It's mainly women and men that are in charge.
But why isn't there more women that are sort of raising above the parapet over the men into the occult like that? I know Lou is she's doing her bit for us girlies, but through history, why isn't there more women? Because they hold more power. They've got more energy. We've got bigger brains for a start.
It's because
exactly.
of
We've got the bigger brains, so we're in the back. We're just using the men as the showpiece.
That's why we end up going to war while you lot stay at home.
Yeah.
put it this way, the group that I work with, women are held in higher regard when it comes to cultology studies because they have the ability to create life. We don't. So they're held in higher regard. It's just most people, when you think of like cultology, like occult orders and stuff like that, you think of like Freemasons and stuff like that, where it's mainly male dominated.
Yeah.
That's the reason why. A lot of it's, well, just look, the church, for example, massively male dominated.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people that are members of lots of different covens that I've made like friends with over the years. And there's always the thing with them is they've always said they've had that balance where there's a male and a female that are generally in charge of the coven because you need that equilibrium. Otherwise, it's off center and it won't work.
Yeah.
So you need both sexes represented.
Yeah. You always have yin and yang to everything. There always has to be a balance.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Not to make Lou completely embarrassed now, but she is the balance to me. She's very balanced to me. I do have there's a lot of heavy weight that comes with learning stuff like this, and she balances it out, and she knows when to drag me out of studies.
Yeah.
And because you can get lost in them quite easily. So yeah, you do need someone to balance it out. Yeah, see, she's getting all blussy now.
Yeah.
Oh, bless her.
So Eric says, like I said, behind every great man is a woman rolling her eyes.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yes. I will 100. I'm at a safe distance, so I can agree with this one.
Is it a safe distance, though? I wouldn't be too sure.
I don't know. Probably not.
I think Holly Willoughby should get an Oscar. She's got everybody spellbound.
Yeah.
And bleed for a week. I'm sure that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They give birth in a field while they're chopping the corn and still carry on work, like 2 minutes after the baby's out. You know, women are strong, man. Just remember that.
I've not seen many women giving birth. I've passed a lot of fields, Viv, and I've not seen many women giving birth in fields.
Well, not round here, but in other places, in other third world countries, you know, they used to wrap them up in their scarf, tie to their chest, and just carry on working.
And women in the tea fields used to give birth, and then they get straight back to the tea picking.
Yeah.
So agree.
Oh my God! Breaking news.
She's off.
Tina Turner's dead.
Yeah, I've just seen that. To be honest, I feel really bad because I thought she died years ago.
I thought she got to be. I'm not being funny. Isn't she got to be about 140 now?
She was quite old, wasn't she? And she was still entertaining people as much as she could, even though she's old now. That is a shame.
Yeah.
So, the question for you there: what does Ben think? I'm guessing both of you, really. What does Ben think a demon is?
What a demon is? What is a demon, Luke?
A figment of your imagination. Like we say, we don't believe in demons. That's how we always start our talks, saying we don't believe in them. It's just a name that's been given to, for example, the old gods of the Mesopotamian and Sumerian times. Well, then you've got some elementals that people will think up as demons, but yeah.
I know what a demon is. He's got 4 legs. He's black and he's fluffy. And he's called John. And he's a cat, and he'll come and dribble on you just when you're just getting comfortable in bed, all snuggly. He'll come and dribble on your face.
Cursed dribble.
Mine used to be a sleep paralysis demon, my little cat, on my chest in the middle of the night.
I've had that before. That hurts.
Wow. So she was 83, Jeanette. Blimey.
Wow.
I thought she was
Yeah.
older than that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I did. I thought
thought
she
she-
was a long
I
time
thought she
ago.
was over 100.
Are you thinking of Whitney Houston, Ben?
No,
She died
I'm
years ago,
thinking of
didn't she?
Tina Turner because I was
Okay.
thinking of Mad Max.
Yes.
Yeah.
She done Simply the Best song, didn't she? Simply the
Yes.
Best. That was her, wasn't it? Yeah.
Don't know. I grew up with Tina in Mad Max.
Brilliant, Mad Max. Mad Max, superb. Right, you lot are very quiet tonight. I wonder why they're not bringing questions out tonight. They're just enjoying listening, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Getting into
I
the
think
listening.
so.
So you guys, what's next for you two?
Ooh. Now I always say never
Or
trust
can
a
you
man.
not? Can you not mention that?
No, we can do, but I have to sort of make myself look like an idiot because I've always said never trust a man who's trying to sell a book.
Oh,
You've not
Interesting.
Oh,
written yet.
nice.
It's fine.
Yes.
interesting.
What is it? What is it called?
At the minute, we are in the process of writing a book and a course to go with it because people have been bombarding me for years. So me and
Sign
Lou
us
are
up. We'll do the course with you.
Yeah,
There's so many-
definitely.
Yeah. There's so many people that are literally straight on, but have been just going straight away like, oh yeah, we'll jump on.
We'll definitely do it.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a course and I'm going to be writing a book as well. Lou's going to be obviously helping me because she is the brains.
Yeah.
We're going to be teaching the
And
same
the
as we
beauty.
do. Yep, same sort of thing as we do at the museum, but this is going to be more intense. So we'll be talking about demonology history, the comparisons between old gods and demons. There may be a little bit in it of how to deal with certain things. I'm not letting too much into it because I know people are getting excited, but let's say the course won't take you what was it, 4 hours, not even that, on the diploma you did.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Took her 4 hours to do it. It took me 5 minutes to rip it apart.
Maybe, Rob.
Dear.
Rob, we could do. They could do a film later on down the road of their life and what has happened. You know, since they
would
got
just be-
together.
That'd just be scary.
I reckon it'd be good.
More like recent things we've got coming up. We've got another night at Stoke-on-Trent's museum.
Yep.
A talk and then an investigation afterwards. What else are we doing? Just doing
Got
our
full-
own
yeah.
things on our own page, like the shows and whatnot, and a couple of
Mhm.
investigations.
Got
Yeah.
a full
And-
shut down of the location as well coming up.
Ben, your art.
Oh, my slate. Yeah.
Yes.
Obviously, for those guys that are watch, Lou does her nail binding as well. I want to get Lou's stuff out there promoted as
I
well.
crochet.
She does.
Yes.
I'm doing
Have you got
crochet
one with you?
You do what?
Have you got one of your baths with you?
I think hang on, let me have a look. They might have got chucked down here.
Lou nail binds fluffy bathnets as well.
No, nail binding's the Viking stuff. The crochet's
Well,
the bathnets.
Oh, okay. Crochets bathnets as well.
Oh, sorry, Buster.
Oh no!
Yeah, I do slate artwork as well. Anyone that sees our pages, I do all Viking, anything like that. Started doing writing as well on them. So we've got quite a few good stuff coming up.
Oh, excellent! I have to have a look at that stuff.
Yeah, we do custom designs and stuff as well.
Excellent.
I'm not ridiculously expensive either. I say that to everyone. I think one of my pieces was 150 quid, but that was a massive slate that was nearly 800 wide by 500.
Bloody hell, that is
Wow. That is big.
That is big.
I agree.
big. Look on the sofa. Look.
There we go.
That's
Oh,
one of them. My other
Oh, that's
Wow.
cute. That's cute.
That's amazing.
He was my
That's
first
quite
one I
cute.
did. He's not being sold, but I make others in different colours and
That's quite cute.
That is
Not for
cute.
you. It's not.
Is my slate happen to be by the side of you as well, my dear one?
Why did you put your deal on?
It's either by the side of you or it's on the stand in the front room.
You say
In
by the
the
side
middle
of me.
room.
I'm on the sofa, remember?
Might be in the middle room on the stand.
Right.
Oh, bless her. Oh, that Baphomet is amazing. We might
Yeah.
have to get a few down.
Yeah. We
They're quite cute, aren't they?
They
We
are.
custom make them in colour, all different sorts of colours.
They're quite cute, I must admit. They're really sweet looking, aren't they?
Yeah, she does all that. I'm starting a series of, ironically, demonic slates. So there's going to be with all the seal work and stuff like that. Because Cultology, I fell in love with all the artwork of it, all the
Yeah.
seals and the symbols and stuff like that.
It's amazing artwork on that.
Yeah, hang on. Which
Amazing.
one did you want?
Oh, that'll do. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Let me just switch the light on. This is not easy.
Sorry, I've got a chance to show it off, and it's very
They
rare.
must-
I show my
They
stuff off.
must be
want-
heavy as well.
I bet they are.
Not too bad.
Let's see if that'll do any light.
Just show the big one.
Oh, hang on. One at a time, honey. You're not doing this.
That's the deer one. I think it's.
That's the deal one. Try and get the light away.
Oh, yeah, I can see.
Oh,
You can
yes.
see. It's kind of hard to try and twiddle the light a bit. I don't know, but yeah.
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 That's cool. Oh,
yes.
that's cool. They're ears, aren't they? They're nice. They're ears. They are, aren't they? Or
Yeah,
deers?
there's deer one side and a boar the other.
Oh, yes. I got my. Do you know what? It's the light. Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
It's hard to do it with this light.
Yeah,
What's
they
the
really
text
are
on
so
that?
good. I quite happily put a photo of them up on the page for you.
I'll put them back over here.
So they
What's
can
the
go on
text
your
on that,
page.
Ben?
They can go on your page and see them and purchase them if
Yeah.
they're interested.
Yeah, it's free postage and packaging as well. And bigger ones I deliver myself.
You expect a cup of tea when you deliver them,
Yeah,
at
not
least.
too bad. I'm on a motorbike, so I drop them off and that's it.
It's no wonder we can't see this one very well. It's covered in dust.
I know it is.
That's at my house.
But yeah,
Shocking.
They're very cool, though. They're very cool. You're going to put those on your page, Ben?
yeah, I'll put them up on our page, and I'll put photographs of guys on your page to see them and all that lot. But
Yeah, that'd be great, please. What was the text on that?
that was runic. I can do.
Oh, nice.
I can do Viking runes. I can do uniform. I can do the sort of the old Gothic writing as well.
Nice.
Quite a lot of stuff. Yeah. Thompson's been watching us for a while now. You can tell who's watched the show and who's been following us for a while.
Up on the, yeah. He's a
And the
good lad,
dust,
Derek.
the dust. Oh, here's my demon just arriving now. The dust comes free. That's what.
That's what Terry
Terry
says,
says,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's packaging. It's part of the packaging. It's the cooking.
It protects it.
Would you sell worldwide? Would you post them worldwide if somebody was interested and you could do a quote for the postage?
We was looking at America. Yeah, we could get the quotes and see what the price is before selling out. But yeah.
Cool.
How long does it take you to do? I mean, obviously it depends on the size, I know, but how long would it take you to do one roughly?
I can usually knock one up in about 4 hours.
Wow, that's good.
And that's sort of a 12-inch one by like 9-inch.
And would you
good.
sign it as well and date
Yeah,
it?
I always sign on the back.
That's good.
I'm just more interested in one of those Baphomets, you know. I might have to
really cute,
message
aren't
you
they?
separately.
They're cute, aren't they? They are cute. I must admit, I'm buying one up for the car.
Put a REM pod in there and just use it out on investigations.
If you do, that would be interesting to see.
Okay, we'll do it as an experiment. I'm going to order one. I'll message you afterwards, Lou.
They're so cute. Oh, here's a good one from Cliff here. Is the book The Lesser Key of Solomon, Goetia, worth a read, Ben or Lou?
Have you actually read through it yet, Luke?
I read through parts of it.
Okay. It is worth a read.
I read through your copy when it was in the folder before you actually showed me the other book.
Oh yeah, my copy. Yeah, you just ignore my copy. There's more to that copy than should be. But yeah, it's definitely worth a read. It's definitely worth a read. One of the best things to read is the Testament of Solomon. So that's the actual biblical story of how Solomon came to control them all. And it has a very good lesson in it as well. But yeah, definitely worth a read.
There you go, Cliff. Sorry, I'm buggering about with that thing down there. Sorry.
Buggering around.
I'm buggering around. Sorry.
Yeah, the technology.
I should belong in the 19th century. The staff could like testifies, but I'm not for this century. I don't think.
Oh, Lou deals with all my stuff.
Does she?
They're calling you a goat, Ben.
I've been called worse, trust me.
Oh, she said because of your beard.
Oh yeah, yeah. To show what sort of subject, what trouble this gets me into, we recently went on our honeymoon to the Maldives, and I know like, all the religious greetings, so I do it out of respect.
Yeah.
And I got mistaken as being a Muslim
because of the beard.
Because of the beard.
Oh really?
Yeah. Because I was greeting them in Arabic. I ended up getting mistaken, didn't I?
Yeah, because he literally said Muslim.
Yeah.
Doing the beard thing. No.
Did they respond in the correct way to you then when you said
Yeah.
Alam Salikum? Did they say Alam Salikum back to you?
Yeah.
I can't remember it. It's been years since I've.
Yeah, I know. I've always done it out of respect. A lot of people
nice.
I've worked with and a lot of friends of mine are all from different religions.
Yeah.
And all we do is take the piss out of each other's religion. Or that's just the way we are.
And
the most friendly way.
Friends should do that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Kelly's
There's absolutely
right.
nothing wrong with it, Kelly.
With that.
Nothing wrong with it at all.
Well, for example, one of my all-time teachers who put me on this path is an Archbishop of the Russian Orthodox Church in the UK.
The Orthodox.
Oh, wow.
And he has always said to me, and we've always had this standing, and I've always gone by it, is you believe what you believe, I believe what I believe. As long as I'm not forcing you to change your beliefs, then we're fine.
Yeah.
Do you know, it's a shame the rest of the world can't get on board with that. Whether it's politics or whether it's religion, just respect what each other believes and, get on with it. You might not agree with it, but get on with it. It's fine, And just be respectful with everybody, each other. And that's the way the world should work. But it doesn't, unfortunately, because there are tossers in it that want to use things for personal gain.
Until you meet one of my mates, Skunky, who is completely and utterly changing everyone's understanding of religion.
Skunky?
Yeah. A friend of mine, he's Egyptian. His name's Skunky. He can tell you every single word in the Quran, back to front to back.
Wow. That's impressive.
He will tell you this whilst he is smoking a spliff, drinking a beer, and eating a bacon club.
Really? Oh dear, that is funny.
Yeah,
that's a good thing to be able to do.
It is, Robert.
Do it back to front, yeah.
He's a brilliant man, but it shows how much respect we all have for each other because we just lay into each other.
Yeah,
that's the best way, I think.
Yeah.
It's the best way.
He'll have bacon, but he won't have pork chops.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Will he eat a Frankfurter?
No, he'll eat nothing else out of a pig apart from bacon.
I've got a Jewish mate who eats bacon.
His excuse has always been, if God didn't intend me to eat this, why the hell did he make it taste so good?
Yeah. I'll go along with that. Makes good sense.
Has he offered you the Egyptian or the Egyptian version of their mixed grill? Because if he does, don't have it. Do not have it.
I also
I
fell
know
for the
what's on
Egyptian version of booze, the ancient recipe, and we'll end it there.
Yeah.
Lou doesn't need to know any of these stories whatsoever.
Was it primal?
Yeah.
Primal was an understatement. I remember losing a day.
Will this be in the film?
You should put that in the film.
I remember embarrassing myself completely and actually doing the Egyptian walk to the song "I Am an Egyptian" through the Cairo Museum.
Here is my demon.
Oh,
There he is.
Nice big fluff ball.
oh.
He is. He's cutesy. He's a cutie. I prefer his sister though. She's much cuter.
She's inbred.
She
I've
is.
got
Yeah,
an
she's
inbred
sweet.
cat.
Sweet. I saw something today on the internet, and I've never seen it before. This I love the internet for these weird things. It's going to take you completely off topic now, but I saw something today, and I've realised there's this. I think it's in Australia. They've adopted this cat in this this veterinary clinic because nobody else wanted it, and it's jaws slightly off centre, so it's got one fang that sticks up, and you can't see the rest of it. It's got his eyes are a bit skew-if, but the cutest thing about it, and I know it. The cutest thing about it, I've never even heard of it before. It's black as John, but a dwarf cat.
Yeah.
Never heard of it before. Never heard. And is it? I kept morally questioning myself. You shouldn't be enjoying that so much because the cat's obviously got problems. But because people would buy, they would buy them if they were bred like that, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
But my God, that was cute. That thing. It was the cutest thing I think I've ever seen.
Well, Lou sent me one of the weirdest things I've ever seen today, and just to bring it sort of back onto subject, was a haunted Tamagotchi.
Oh.
No.
That completely and utterly stumped me. I was just like,
how the hell did that work?
It popped up on my Facebook newsfeed. Like another group had got this from Japan. It came with a whole case file, and in this little I presume it's like a perspex cube was this haunted Tamagotchi.
Was there any backstory with it, or?
Yeah, well, they claim it had a backstory. I've not looked into it. I don't know if Ben has heard anything about it.
Haunted Tamagotchi.
I just started laughing.
Haunted Tamagotchi.
Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what, Dan? I've got an unopened packet of Pogs upstairs in the loft.
Watch them. Demons will jump out when you open that.
Shall we make them haunted and put them for sale?
Yeah. Once owned by a devil, you could put on it, couldn't you? I used to know somebody used to sell stuff through the internet and say that it was imbued with certain powers of certain angels or certain demons, and they were making a fortune at it. And they said to me, "Do you want to have a crack at it?" I went, "No." I said, morally, I couldn't do that. I just couldn't do that to people. It's just, she tried to convince me that it was all right, that it was actually possessed with it because she was a practicing witch, and whatever she thought up could be cast into reality as the thought form come into reality. So therefore, they were getting their money's worth. It's like, I don't think it works like that. Just try to pacify yourself a bit there. Yeah. But I remember her selling it, and she sold one item. They used to go to Camden, and they used to go, these like the bric-a-brac stores. You could buy the rings off the Turkish guys, and they would buy like 100, 200 quid's worth of them in a suitcase load, bring it back, these rings look the part, to be honest. They look like something from a magical content to them. Stick it on the thing and sell it. And she sold one to a guy in America for £4,500. She paid about 90 pence for it. But because she imbued it with this story, because people are so gullible, and it's like, can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. That might be all the money these people have got.
Yeah, we've said this before, like jokingly, so I've never done it. I'm just going to make that clear. But with the knowledge and information I have, obviously through studying cultology, I could make millions by just getting anything and going, do you know what? I'm going to inscribe it with all this sort of stuff, sell it, bang, and make
Yeah,
millions of it. But
yeah,
I think you've got to have that certain click in your head of a moral compass that's slightly bent.
yeah. See, I'm a big one for. It might not be when you die, but I'm a big one for. Some point, you're going to be culpable for that.
Yeah,
You're going to have to answer for that at some point. It may not be when you're dead, maybe in this life or whatever, but at some point, you're going to be held accountable for doing that.
Eric wants to know: are you saying Americans are gullible?
No, just the ones from America, Eric.
Not the ones from
No,
China.
of course I'm not, Eric. Of course I'm not. I mean, she sold one to a guy up here and told him he was a werewolf, and he sent her information back saying that he took his clothes off and run through the woods at night and he turned into a wolf. And I'm thinking, I'm waiting for the police report on this. This is going to end up in the local press at some point. I can see it happening. But these are the type of damage she was doing to people. So clearly the guy had a mental health issue and she'd exploited that, but she'd obviously got him to the point where he'd gone out and he could be doing something that to himself dangerous.
Yeah.
You know.
I will admit, and I have started admitting to this, that 2008 there was a Bigfoot sighting in Cannock Chase.
What was it?
I admit that it was it might have been me and my friends, being one of my friends being 6'4" and as wide as a tree.
Yeah.
Happened to be running round at said time in ghillie suits, making strange noises and hitting trees.
Love it.
Love that. Robert Fulton's got a question here, I think. There was a ghost website game. Nobody had been on this obsolete game for a year, so the inventor of the game went online into the game and met a person nobody knew the passwords to get in. They were all changed.
Yeah, I've heard of them urban legends.
Sounds very urban.
Yeah, the creation of artificial intelligence on games that have never been interacted with, and then all of a sudden they come on and they're there, sort of thing.
What do you think about this RTF AI possessions? Have you heard about that?
No.
You must have done.
Bollocks.
Yeah, being possessed with a computer. It's this new thing that started coming out.
I've heard about it. There's been like a report around sort of cultology sites and stuff like that, and everyone's just been sort of laughing because it's not possible.
No. That's just bamboozled me. What did you do about it? Do you know what, Kelly? I cut friends with them because I felt that it was reprehensible and I just didn't have anything to do with them again. But yeah, I think since their situation took a turn for the worst, as I would have expected it to. Not that I would wish that on anybody, wish the best for everybody, but I think you reap what you sow, unfortunately.
Sometimes it's better to dodge a bullet.
Exactly. But they're good now, the people, thank God. They're good now. What are you doing in the woods? I'll send you photo proof, Eric. You'll love that.
Oh, God, no.
Wolf Kelly dress.
No, but this AI thing, people are really falling for it, and they're saying that the computer's possessed, and then they become possessed. And
how's that work? Even
it doesn't. It's just like
you can get your computer possessed. It's called a virus.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. Yeah, that can happen, but transferring is impossible.
Yeah.
So this haunted painting, I'm going to talk about it. The Anguished Man painting. You've heard about the Anguished Man painting?
That's it. It's because I've been talking about bloody crying children recently. That's why.
Anguished Man. It's the one where the guy is supposed to have painted his blood into the painting before committing suicide.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them.
Isn't the backstory, the one I saw was the guy was in a concentration camp. And then he ended up in a mental institution because of the torture and man's humanity to man, and then he imbued the painting with his blood. Is that the one, Viv?
Yeah. And he's supposed to he's supposed to be in this painting now, and the painting's supposed to move, and the lips, it's his image of himself, how he sees himself, and the lips move and the eyes blink, and the painting's supposed to be haunted. What?
Yeah, let's retract in history, shall we? So the Holocaust is no doubt one of the worst, if not the worst, atrocities ever performed in this entire world.
Yeah.
Completely and utterly. It should never be forgotten, anything like that. Just put that out there before anyone turns around and says, "Oh, but I'm saying something else."
Yeah, exactly.
It is the biggest black mark on the world history going.
Yeah.
So, my point of argument on this painting. Cast your mind back to, I think it was 2007. A box suddenly appears. And this box was said to have come straight from a concentration camp, and it has a demon possession to it.
That Dybbuk box thing.
Thus, the Dybbuk box is born. Now, a couple of years later, the gentleman in question who owned this Dybbuk box, now mind you, nothing was left at the concentration camps. They destroyed absolutely everything. The only thing that was left there was boots. There's a massive pile of boots, stuff like that, clothing. And that was it. All personal items were gone. Absolutely gone.
Mm-hmm.
A gentleman obviously mentions this demon box. They do a film. Demon box has become massive worldwide. Everyone claims to suddenly have one, have the ability to make them and all this lot. Then the guy turns around and finally admits it's fake.
Yeah.
Same thing will happen with this painting. Nothing was transferred to any of the concentration camps. Everything was left at the house.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, with this one, I will honestly stand here, and these are my own personal views. They're not the views of this show or the host or anyone that is currently talking other than myself, just to make sure all three are all covered legally. I personally believe that it's a load of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other Dimension show, we have a disclaimer, and it's usually spoke by me because my aunt is a lawyer, and it's brilliant.
I'll tell you what makes me suspicious about it. That painting in particular, the money that's been made off the back of it.
There you go.
Because
there's money involved.
Oh, there's a question here from Rob. Just got to put it up. Real or fake? The Shroud of Turin.
To pop off. I need to go because I need to put my daughter into bed.
Okay, I will be in touch about getting one of those things made.
Yeah. After I finish dealing with her, I'll pop in on the chat and say hi.
Okay, cool.
All right, so
no worries.
Thanks, Lou. Thank you. Take it easy.
Bye, beautiful.
Bye, Lou.
She's lovely, isn't she?
That girl is the best blessing I've ever had in my entire life. I'll say that now.
She's amazing.
She's lovely.
She's an amazing woman.
She's a lovely girl.
But yeah, anything that has money behind it is guaranteed to have issues.
Didn't they use the Shroud of Turin, though, to drive tourism and promote Christianity around Turin?
Everything.
The Shroud of Turin, I would take this opportunity, and this is rare for me to say this, to neither acknowledge the comments or the question due to the fact that it is a very sore subject within the Christian belief, and it can get everyone into trouble.
Okay.
Especially with Facebook. Which
doesn't take much with Facebook.
I will say experts did recently prove that thing to be fake.
Yeah.
Scientifically.
Yeah.
So only around the edge, though.
Around the edge?
The material that they took to like mitochondria to check the aging of it was taken around the edge, and then when they checked, the edge was medieval fixings, so that was where it had been repaired. They took it from the inside, and it turns out that it's dated to the period they thought it might be. So they now got it as real.
If you want a proper artifact,
it's
Christian artifact look at the Spear of Destiny that is currently housed in a museum. That is more of a defining moment.
Is that in Germany at the minute, that Spear of Destiny? I think is it?
No, I want to say Norway. It might not be. It's privately owned and not privately owned by the church.
Yes.
It's privately owned by an owner.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. There's a few other things like that. Yeah. But yeah, most of Christianity relics are currently existing in Israel and are not allowed outside the city.
No. Both Hitler and Stalin were outdone by Mao Zedong. 1992, his Great Leap Forward policy. Yeah, Mao Zedong. Well, Mao Zedong was, horrific. The killing fields, and what have you. So buy low. There's always somebody to buy anything. It's normally me though, Annette.
Does anyone want to buy Dan? He's going cheap.
No, do you know what? They'll soon want their money back.
He's got Hercule Poirot going on at the moment.
I've got Hercule Poirot going on at the moment.
When I went to the Vatican Library to get some information for one of my projects I was doing, which literally is the embodiment of it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
I had someone offer me money to buy the pencil because it was an official pencil they gave me whilst I was in there, because you're not allowed to take it.
Really?
Yeah. They wanted to buy it off me because they thought the pencil was blessed.
Oh, wow.
I just sold it to them.
I just gave it them.
Oh, did you?
That's nice.
It's a private pen. It's just a pencil. Yeah, I just gave it them. Just said you could have it.
That is nice. See, there is nice people in the world.
There are nice people in the world. I do still believe that most people are nice.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunately the people that are in power really aren't. But it reflects on the rest of society. But people as a whole are generally pretty decent people, no matter where in the world you are.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm going to ask you a really bad question, and I know you're going to swear, Ben.
Okay. Depends how bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. Your thoughts on Ed and Lorraine Warren as demonologists? Hey, got ya.
Okay, Ed and Lorraine Warren are seen in the cultology world as most haunted is seen in the paranormal world. If it hadn't been for them, there wouldn't be a lot of interest in demonology. But other than that, they are completely and utterly, and I'll even say this because Chris, if you ever watch this, you're an idiot, and I'll stand by that fact for eternity. The Warren Foundation Society is just a joke. It's riding off their little bit of fame. The Warrens did nothing outside of the US.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. You're right.
A lot of people think that they were involved in the Enfield case. They merely turned up, were told to fuck off in the most British way possible, sat outside on the curb outside the property for 40 minutes after they weren't even invited, and then went back to the US with a tail between their legs.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I remember that being said.
Definitely.
Well, like I say, no disrespect to them because obviously they're no longer with us, but I have stood by that fact even when they were alive, and I will still stand by that fact. They did, like I said, they did the same as most haunted.
Do you think that they did harm though? Because I say they did harm. Oh God, it's back. They did the Amityville Horror.
Yeah.
With what was his name? I'm going to call him William Defoe, but that's not his name. Was it Defoe? I can't remember. And the guy that shot his family, and then he blamed this ghost.
Yeah.
But in prison, all these years later, he admits that he made it all up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they made this career out of it, haven't they? Written books, done films.
Every single case the Warrens did, you can poke holes through it like Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
The Warren Foundation itself has caused no end of issues. I don't know if most people are aware, but about 3 years ago, they openly did an exorcism on an 8-year-old child, which the whole paranormal world turned around and went, "What the hell are you doing?"
They were doing it online, weren't they? You could view it.
Yeah, they
remember that.
received massive backlash.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. So Cliff asks, when doing your research, Ben, have you come across something that you thought, I should not share that, it could create fear?
Yeah, a hell of a lot.
Thank you, Sarah. Ronald.
A hell of a lot. I'd like to, I don't like really saying it, but I'd say I've come across more that would fear people than make them feel comfortable.
Yeah. Okay.
Certain things that, say, the subject we were talking about before we come on.
Yeah.
For that to be common knowledge would put a lot of misunderstandings, shall we say, into people.
Do you think it'd create wars, wouldn't it?
I think it. Not so much wars. You, in a sense of, there's information that I've come across that would strip people of their beliefs, which is, in my eyes, not something you should do. You should never strip someone of their faith and their belief. It is not fair.
No. It's exciting, all this, isn't it? I love this show.
Ben,
we need to get you back on again, Can we have you back in about 4 weeks or so? Every month.
Happy to come on.
Oh, thank you. We love having you on. We really do.
We'll have to get you on our show as well at some point as well.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. You'll regret it, but yeah, that'd be good.
You'll be surprised.
We'll go down lots of rabbit holes.
Yeah.
We're going to come to the end of the show. You've been on what? An hour and a half?
Yeah.
You only agreed to do an hour. Poor man.
Ben, thank you. And Lou, thank you so much for this. Really appreciate that.
You need some
really
private,
really
you need some private sexy time chat online with your sweet, lovely wife.
I'll
the most of it wears off.
I'll email Lou and we'll be talking, but I'll also be doing my hobby, which is studying quantum mechanics.
Wow.
Good. A little bit of light reading for the evening.
Well, I'm on a course between me and a few others. One of them I can't mention his name because he says he'll kill me if I ever mention his name, but he does quantum quantum physics in America. Is a professor of it, teaches at one of the universities, and we are trying to bring in line quantum mechanics within the paranormal world to help explain stuff for people.
Do you know what I've always said? If you want to find answers to the paranormal, you need to look in quantum physics because that's where you find your answers.
That's where a lot of us now. Yeah, a lot of us are at the forefront of trying to bring that in to explain stuff more easy when it comes to energy patterns and energy field.
Have a look at I keep saying this guy's name, but Ross Allison. He's brought out a documentary where he can prove touch.
Yep.
It's brilliant.
Absolutely floored me, that guy. And there's not enough people sort of trying to, what I call, bend the way that we all think, because it's not what we think it is.
Yeah.
And he's proved it. So, but
there's
lots of great people out there. Lots of great people.
We do with Demonology Destroying the Myth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Cliff says he's got so many questions for you, Ben. Your knowledge is outstanding. So we're getting you on in 4 weeks' time.
Yeah, that'd be great.
If you can't make it, we'll always have Lou. It's not an issue. She might not be able to answer all the questions, but
Lou, bless her, she does a lot of work behind the stage. She has her own show on our channel where it's divination. Where she talks and gives the history lessons on different techniques of divination. So not just going, here's tomorrow's show, she's talking about Ouija boards.
Yeah.
You won't just go, here's a Ouija board, this is supposedly what it does, blah, blah. She'll go, this is a Ouija board, this is when it was first made, this is how it's affected history and all that. And she'll go through all the details, bless her.
Oh, interesting.
That's really
Yeah.
good.
That's
She's
good.
done
That's good.
loads, bless her. She's covered loads of different subjects.
Where can they see that on? Where can they watch that? Those
Is
shows?
on. You can find it on the Other Dimension Facebook page. You can also find it on the Other Dimension YouTube channel. It will be live at 8:00, I believe, tomorrow.
There you go. Lovely. Annette says Lou does good shows, very informative.
Yeah, she's very good at it. She does a lot of research, bless her.
Jeanette says Lou's show's great.
Yeah.
You've
just put the
you've
other
missed an eye out.
Oh, have I? Oh,
The other
well.
dimension.
I tried to type it fast, you see. I'll put it in.
You can easily find us on there.
And that's on Facebook. And where is it, Ben? Facebook and
YouTube. You can find us on there.
Thank you. Good on you, Cliff.
Yeah, good on you, Cliff.
Best thing is always to research, and if you can't find what you need, always get in touch with people. We say this all the time. If you ever have any questions along the lines of demonology, occultology, divination, or anything like that, just get in touch with the show. We're all dead easy, and we'll all get in touch straight back.
Well done, Lou.
Good
Sarah,
on you,
well done.
So we're going to wrap up the show. I told you it was a game, didn't I? Yeah, he dives under the blind that I pulled down. We were going to wind up the show, but thank you ever so much, Ben. It's been an honour.
Thank you,
It's
mate.
been an honour as usual.
Always.
And thank Lou for us as well, because
I will do.
I'm gonna message her afterwards and
thank you guys. Thank you both.
No, thank you for having us.
And we'll send you some more. Well, we'll send you some more dates, and
we'll
block book use.
He's blocking you at the minute. Look,
the cat is disgusting. I told you.
But yeah, we're always happy to come on.
Dan, I'm going to leave the last words and the last thoughts with you.
Ben, I'll just echo Viv's words. Thank you ever so much, mate. It's always great to have you on. Lovely to speak to you and Lou. It's a pleasure, never a chore. Thank you so much. And we get to the episodes, we'll get you back on again. You guys in the chat, thanks ever so much for coming along. If you've come along from Ben's one of Ben's links or whatever, you're more than welcome to come whenever you want. Thanks very much for joining us this night. We do appreciate you all being here. We appreciate you taking part in the show and just integrating yourself into it. So thank you very much, and take care, look after yourselves, be safe, and love each other. That's very important. Take it easy, boy, guys.